Hey all, XART student here.
Today we're doing another XArtEducation episode, and our goal for today is color theory. This is something I loved when I was in college, and I'm still obsessed with, and I cannot wait to share with you today. So first things first, we're going to talk about a color wheel. There are so many types of color wheels. There's different versions, different shapes. What does it all mean? Why is it important? Is it even important, or is it just all made up stuff? So color wheels show different colors and how they can be mixed and used together. And it shows their chromatic relationships. Some of them, like the middle one where you can see the adding yellow or adding blue, shows you the actual mixture. Some, like on the right, show you different tints. The one on the bottom left shows adding shades and tints, and the one at the front of our screen on the right, bottom right, that one kind of goes along with what I'll be covering in this episode. So let's talk about it. Primary colors. They are red, yellow, and blue. You cannot mix other colors to get the primary colors, but you can mix the primary colors to make other colors. For example, mixing red and yellow would get orange, but you can't mix, let's say, purple and orange to get red. It doesn't work that way. These are your three basics, and you could find them in a lot of things. Usually you find a lot of prismatic colors in kids' toys, right here. It's also interesting that you could find them in a lot of superhero outfits, very dynamic. Usually the more good types have those bright colors. There's some flags, folk art, and some traditional paintings or other classic artworks that have primary colors. It's kind of interesting how they work together. Next on our list is secondary colors. These are your purples, orange, and greens. You get these by mixing two primary colors. So like we talked about before, red and yellow gets orange, red, blue gets purple, blue, yellow gets green. And you can see this in a lot of things. Lately, you see them in a lot of Halloween decorations, but I've also noticed different flowers, and some cartoon characters have these bold colors. Next, we're talking about the tertiary colors. These are kind of the middle colors. They're the ones that you get when you mix a primary color and a secondary color. These actually take on the name of the mixture. This in between would technically be a red-orange. This is a orange-yellow. This one is a yellow-green or green-yellow. Blue-green, blue-purple. Here, I've noticed that you see it a lot in fall colors, and not all of them are mixed all the time, but I do really love the uniqueness of the mixtures. Next, we're talking about complementary colors. These are the opposites on the color wheel. For example, we have yellow on one side, directly across is purple. Another complementary grouping is blue and orange. Here we actually have blue-green and red-orange, but because they're directly across from each other, they're complements. And we have blue-purple and orange-yellow. The classics, of course, are yellow-purple, orange-blue, green-red. We can see that it's such a bright contrast from each other. They're so different, but for some reason they work. And for some reason, a lot of like sports teams or in-your-face logos have complementary colors. A very classic color combination is the red-green, which at least in America, that's a classic Christmas color. So I feel like it's pretty rare when you actually see it in a piece of art or some kind of photograph or logo where it doesn't resemble Christmas. And I really tried finding examples of this, so then we wouldn't have just obvious Christmas. As you can see, very bright, very colorful, and in your face. Next is split complementary. And this is basically kind of like complementary, but a little bit different. So for example, you have blue that goes to orange, but if it's a split complementary, it actually makes a Y shape. So it wouldn't be that direct orange. It'd be blue and red-orange and orange-yellow. It makes a mini triangle. Here are some examples that I found of some split complementary. Next on the list is triad. This basically is just a triangle. It's equally spaced and of course 3 colors, just like the points on a triangle. This is a triangle right here. There's the primaries, of course, and so on. Here are examples of triads. Next on our list is square. So as you would assume, this makes a square shape. It is 4 colors equally spaced on the color wheel. On this one, you notice that there's 2 colors in between. 1, 2, 1, 2. It makes a square. I find these are kind of hard to find color combinations because there's so many, like the blue, green, orange, red. It was kind of cool to see some of them in the colors or some paintings, but it took me a while to find these examples. Next on our list is the analogous colors. Analogous are 3 or more colors next to each other. They are closely related. They usually share a common hue. For example, if we have blue, purple, they both share like a blue and the purple. If we were looking right here, blue is our main color, then blue, purple has blue, blue, green has blue, so that's a shared hue. Here's another analogous trio. Here are other examples. A lot of the times I find them in like sunsets or sky scenes. It kind of reminds me of an ombre color where it's just a fading into different colors that are similar. But again, they share some color. So here we have orange. This one's orange yellow, orange red, blue, green, blue green. So something that they all share. Now we're going to talk about warm colors. These are on the warmer side, usually the closer resembling to fire, warmth, summer colors. These are red, orange, yellow, and sometimes this green yellow only because it has a warmer tint to it. Here are some examples in artwork or real life. We even have some analogous going on, some sunsets. Here is kind of that warm green. These all give off a feeling of warmth, of fire, or almost a happy feeling. Or it could even be an angry feeling in some cases. Next, we're talking about cold colors or cool colors. These are on the other half of the color wheel. It's usually a purple, blue, or green. These give off cold, cool, calm. It depends on the context that it's used, but here are some examples in life or in art. We have monochromatic. This is when we have one hue or one color in a painting, or it could be black and white. So here we have only black as the color, or black, gray, white. Here it's all purples. A lot of people use this as a trend lately, like a monochrome outfit where they do all purples. Technically, this isn't monochromatic because it's not the same type of purple, but you get the idea. This would be a truer monochromatic piece. This is minus the red. This would be monochromatic minus the red and the yellow. If it was just green, it'd be pure monochromatic. Here, this suit would be monochromatic because it's that same hue. Next, we have tints and shades. This equals value. A tint is when you add white to something. So you have your original color, and if you keep adding white, it's a tint. I think of tints as pastel colors usually. It's not always like that because we do have some lighter blues that aren't pastel compared to like this would be very pastel to me. We have shades. If this is our original purple, we add black to it and we get darker colors. Me personally, I'm a fan of shades. Here's a little scale of, let's say, our neutral gray, adding black to it. Those are the shades. adding white to it. Those are the tints. Now we have tone. Tone is basically just adding gray to something. So tone is when you have a neutral color mixing, and it will reduce the chroma or colorfulness of something. If we look at that yellow, it almost becomes muddied. The purple, it definitely becomes calmer and more neutral. Same here with our blues and oranges. This is very popular the last couple of years with neutral greens and neutral blues, light gray purples, light orange grays. Next, we're talking about color combinations. We are going to be talking about some vibrating colors, complements, and how they create some visual interests and mood. It's just a different way of expressing something with color. Here we have an artist who focused specifically on different color combinations and how they interacted with each other. I love the boldness here in this music video. And of course, the Grand Budapest Hotel has really cool color scenes. So here's a close-up of Joseph's piece, one of his pieces, and we could see the vibration of this red and the purple interacting with each other, where that red's really in your face and kind of hard to see. Like it almost hurts your eyes. Meanwhile, the blues are very calming. And that's all his work did. It just studied how different colors reacted with each other. I remember this blanket in the 90s. It had all of these colors next to each other. They vibrate or they just seem dull. To me, I would not combine these, but when you look at the blanket, they kind of work together. It's so interesting how colors can work or not work in certain situations. Like on their own, this really hurts my eyes. This one kind of makes me sleepy. So I wanted to give a closer look. So maybe I want the pink inside of the blue or blue inside of pink. This makes everything almost gray and duller, even the pink. Here, this blue is vibrant highlighter in my face, while the pink is very dull. But let's say if I were to move over that pink color, you can see it's the same exact pink seen here. Or if I moved over the blue color, it's the same exact blue. It is so interesting how the colors react based on where they are. And this is kind of what Joseph was trying to do with his paintings. Here is another example. Usually pink and gray don't go well together, but on this tie, I think it goes very well. To me, this one works way better than this. But meanwhile, it's the same exact colors. Like this pink is the same, this gray is the same. Here we have bright yellow and bright blue. To me personally, they wouldn't work together, but when I see it on this nail, it works. I would not combine a blue and a red, but on the American flag as well as the Puerto Rican flag, they for some reason work. It's a bright, vibrating color when they're combined in this way, or maybe we're just so used to seeing it that it's a natural thing. Here we have complements. The Mets logo has blue and orange, which are opposite on the color wheel, but yet this is such a normal look to me. And I know that it's not the exact color, but I wanted to show like a strong, I guess, exaggeration or example of what can work and what does not. Here, I wanted to talk about color in media. As you can see, we have many examples. Color in media can show a lot of things. It can just be as simple as contrasting complementary colors. It could be the mood. It could be the emotion. It can be almost hiding. It can change the way we look at someone's face. It can show evil or possibly maybe someone good. It can show different emotions. It could even be summer versus winter, or a sad death scene versus a happy scene. Color can be used in so many ways, and when people use it in music videos or movies, I am so excited when people actually put the effort in to make color a part of their artwork in music videos, YouTube videos, movies. And if you know any other ones, please suggest them in the comments. So here's an example of color in media. We have the Joker, and these are technically complements. We have orange and blue, the whole movie, that is his whole look. And here, it's definitely evoking a mood. It is sad, it is depressing, It is dull, dirty. It almost looks like shades or adding of gray into the pure colors. You can definitely tell the emotion just from looking at the colors. Here we have the Titanic. This is actually a monochromatic shot. It is all in blue. We have our tints. We have our shades. It is all blue. It's kind of giving the mood of sadness, cold, winter. This is obviously a famous scene in Titanic. She's about to give up her love because there's supposedly no room on the door. Who's to say? Here we have a music video by Marina and the Diamonds. Here, the music video is called Orange, and the whole theme is about summer, feeling good, feeling happy, being in her home and just her happy place. We have some analogous colors. We have some complements here, that like reddish orange with the green, and we have more of the analogous. So we have yellow, green, orange. Here is just a happy, calm, safe, fun. It's definitely the summer golden hour glow. Here is a video that I found years ago, and I actually wanted to do this before it was created, but this guy did it way better, and he actually posted something like this, where he showed how light affects your face and how it changes it. He moved the light around, changed different colors, and it really changed the mood drastically each scene. So here we have this yellow, very natural, very calming. Then we go to that purple, very deep, intense, powerful. Green, almost evil, which like maybe sickly. Blue, maybe evil, maybe cold, maybe dangerous, maybe calming or powerful. Then this lighter purple, blue, gray. I think it definitely changes because of the intensity of the eyes, but you can see that the yellow face is drastically different from this ending face. And you should definitely take a look at Nucleo's video because it's really cool. So that brings us to the end of the video. I know I definitely didn't cover everything, and it's not totally perfect, and I'd love to hear your comments with constructive criticism about things that should be added maybe in a future episode, or something that I might need to correct or add to it. Since we're at the end, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Please check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Etsy, and overall just thank you so much for watching, and feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye!